Hi, Chef Joe with Healthy Kids Inc. and today we're going to be making cod fish cakes with a salad of broccoli and walnuts. So the first thing we've done, we've got a pot of boiling water on. I've added a little bit of salt, just a splash of oil, and I had some leftover lemon peel around, so I threw it in. It's completely optional, just for a little extra flavor. In there, we are going to add some chopped raw potato, just in relatively bite-sized pieces, and we're going to throw those in. We're going to cook these down until the potatoes basically become tender, and then we are going to add our cod and let it cook. And we'll drain it all off really well, and then we're going to add that to a bowl with an egg, a little bit of butter, a little bit of parsley. We're going to whip it all together, and we're going to form our cakes from that. And then from there, what we're going to do is put them on a baking sheet and bake them off in the oven. And then we're going to mix our salad together. But I am going to go ahead and work on our dressing for our salad. So while I do that, I'm going to turn on the steamer for our broccoli. It should really only steam for about 8 to 10 minutes tops. All right, so I've got the broccoli steaming. Set our cod aside. All right, so I'm going to start with a pinch of salt. Couple of cracks of black pepper, and to this I have some apple juice, have some apple cider vinegar, we have 2 tablespoons of tahini paste. Okay, I'm just going to use my spoon to start to kind of mix this together. Right. I've already added my salt and pepper. We also have a little bit of red onion and walnuts. We have some raisins, or you could use currants, anything like that you wanted to use. We're going to add those to the salad at the end. All right, so that is ready to stand by. All right, we are ready to put our cod in. Our potatoes are tendered just to the knife. If a knife slides through relatively easily, you're good to go there. So we're going to go ahead and put our cod pieces in, and these are going to cook really quickly in here. So this has maybe another 5 minutes before we are ready to drain. You can see these were larger cod fillets. I did cut them down just to speed up the cooking process. If you put them in whole, it would take a little bit longer. All right, our cod is cooked. So we're going to pull this off of the heat. Potatoes are nice and tender as well. So everybody's where we need them to be. We're going to drain this off, and then we're going to come back over to the stove and work in our mixing bowl here. Let me drain this. All right, just going to lightly season this because the water was already seasoned, so we don't need much. All right, now we're going to take our masher and begin to mash this together. You can see that when everything is cooked, everything mashes easily. Just want to make sure you break up any of the larger lumps. Everything really starts to kind of come together on its own. All right, next step is we will add in our egg. It's going to act as a binder and help things to brown. We're going to add in our parsley. All right, we have a pat of butter. We really want to stir all of this in together. Now, ideally, if you have time, you could let this mixture cool in the refrigerator for half an hour or so before you work with it. It will make it a little easier to work with, but in a time crunch, you can't go ahead and do it just like this. Now that I have this mixed together, it is still a little too hot to form, so at this point, I am going to throw it into the refrigerator just to let it cool off and firm up just a little bit before we want to form it into our patties. I'm going to pop this in the fridge for 10-15 minutes and let it cool off. Okay, so we have our steamed broccoli here. We've got some chopped red onion. We also have a little bit of grated red onion that we're going to add into our dressing there. We have our raisins. We have our walnuts. Cracked black pepper. Shake that together just a little bit. All right, just gonna mix up our tahini, apple cider vinegar, our apple juice, salt, pepper, a little bit of grated onion. And I'm gonna drizzle that. All right. All right, our salad is dressed and ready to go. All right, as you can see, we've already made a few of our cod cakes here. We let it cool just down to basically room temperature is fine enough for it to be able to be worked with. Basically all there is to it is to form these out into patties, and then we're going to bake them off in a 400-degree oven. All right, so I'm just going to drizzle the tops of these with just a little bit of oil to help them brown. And these are going to go into the oven for about 15 minutes or until they are nice and golden brown. So we are ready to pop these in the oven. All right, we'll come back and check them out in just a couple of minutes. All right, we're ready to pull our cod cakes from the oven. Look good, they're nice and golden brown. They're firm on the top. So we're ready to plate these up and serve. Now you could let them cool for just a few minutes, of course, but serve these hot. We'll pair this with our salad, plate it up, and show you the finished product in just a couple of minutes.